Let's begin this session with homework exercise number 14 from section 8.3. Use the interest formula, future value A equals P times 1 plus RT to solve for an indicated variable. Solve for R. Okay, now we've got to do a couple algebra steps here. Okay, let's first write down the formula. A equals P times 1 plus RT. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to distribute the P first, just like we do when we were doing the previous problems about finding the simple interest rate. So copy down the left side A. P times 1 is P, and P times RT is PRT, P times RT. Now, we're solving for R. We're adding P to this. So we want to get rid of it. We want to make it 0. So we'll subtract P. So on the left side, we get A minus P. Here we did P minus P is 0. So we get P times R times T. Now we're trying to solve for R. We're multiplying by P and T. So you can divide by both P and T. P over T, P is 1. T over T is 1. So that gives us just R. And the left side is A minus P over PT. And again, the P's will not cancel because you have a subtraction in the numerator. So you just leave your answer like this, but MyMathLab will accept it. So you can just put in your answer as A minus P over PT, okay? As one big fraction. Excuse me. So if we put that in as a fraction, the numerator is A subtract P, and the denominator is P times T, or you can just put PT, and it will mark it correct. Okay, number 15. Solve for P. A equals P times the quantity 1 plus RT. All right, so copy down the formula. A equals P times 1 plus RT. This one you're trying to solve for P. Actually, this is an entire quantity, 1 plus RT, and it's multiplied by P. So you can get this done in one step. You can divide both sides by the entire quantity, 1 plus RT, and that whole quantity cancels, leaving you with P, which is what we want. We want to solve for P, which then is A over 1 plus RT. Okay? So there's just one step here because you could simply divide both sides by 1 plus RT, and that will cancel, and you'll solve for P. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and put that in. So you can put it in as one entire fraction. A's in the numerator, and 1 plus RT in the denominator. Number 16. In order to start a small business, a student takes out a simple interest loan for $4,000 for 3 months at a rate of 12%. How much interest must the student pay? So just interest, back to the interest formula, is principal times rate times time. The principal he borrowed was $4,000. The rate is 12% as a decimal would be 0.12, and he borrowed it for 3 months. So the fractional part of a year is 3 divided by 12. So the amount of interest will be 4,000 times 0.12 times the amount of time in years. 3 months is 3 divided by 12. So we can do that on our calculator. $4,000 times 0.12 times 3 divided by 12 for 3 months, 3/12 of a year, and we get exactly $120. the future value. Now remember, he borrowed 4,000, correct? So you have to take the 4,000 he borrowed. Obviously, he's got to pay all that back. Add on the interest, which we just calculated in Part A, 120. So at the end, the future value of the loan, or what he will have to repay back, is, after 3 months, is $4,120. Number 17, you borrowed $2,000 from a friend and promised to pay back $35.60 in 4 years. What simple interest rate to the nearest tenth of a percent will you pay? Okay, so we've got a future value. So the future value formula is A equals P times 1 plus RT. What are we given? You got to pay back $33,560. So that represents the future value, right? Value in the future. The present value, what you borrow is the present value, or P, which is given to be 2,000. You've got 1 is always 1. You're trying to find the rate. You don't know. And the amount of time is 4 because you borrowed it for 4 years, a number of years. So we're going to go ahead and distribute the 2,000 on the right side. 2,000 times 1 is 2,000. 2,000 times 4, simple math, is 8,000. You can do it on your calculator with the R. We're going to subtract 2,000 from both sides. So we get 1,560 equals 2,000s cancel, 8,000 R. We're going to divide by 8,000. Okay, so that the 8,000 over 8,000 is 1. So R equals, the numerator was 1,560 on the left side over 8,000, and then multiply by 100, or move it over 2 places to the right to get your interest rate. Again, we had to distribute the 2,000 among the 1 plus 4R, and then we subtracted the 2,000 and divided by 8,000 to solve for R. So we got 1,560 divided by 8,000 and then turn it into a percent. So we'll do that on the calculator. 1,560 divided by 8,000 and multiply by 100 to turn into a percent. So it's 19.5%. Not a very good friend, charging you a high interest rate. All right, hopefully your friend will give you a better deal. All right, let's look at number 18. To borrow money, you pawn your guitar. Based on the value of the guitar, the pawnbroker loans out $720. 1 month later, you get the guitar back by paying pawnbroker $1,170. Wow, that's a lot of money for 1 month. What is the annual interest rate? Okay, again, we're missing the rate. We're given the future amount and the present amount, so we're going to use the future value formula. A equals P times 1 plus RT. The future value is what you paid back after the end of the loan, which is $1,170. The loan itself, the original amount, he gave you $720, so that's P. 1 plus, we don't know what the rate is, and you only borrowed it for 1 month later. So the amount of time is 1/12. So we're going to go ahead and copy down the left side, 720, distribute to 720. 720 times 1 is 720. 720 times 1/12. 720 divided by 12 is 60. I did that in my head. Use your calculator. So now we're going to go ahead and solve for R. Subtract 720 from both sides. Okay, and we get 450 equals 60R. All right, so let me write over here. So where are we at now? We have 60R is equal to 1170. Subtracted 720 from both sides, and we get 450. Divide by 60. So R is equal to 450 divided by 60, but then multiply by 100 to turn it into a percent. So 450 divided by 60. Do that on our calculator. and we get 7.5 times 100, and believe it or not, he's charging you an interest rate of 750%. Again, because you had to pay back so much money and it was only 1 month. So the interest rate ended up being 750%. A bank offers a CD that pays simple interest rate of 4%. How much must you put in this CD now in order to have $4,000 for an home entertainment center in 5 years? So the amount now is a present value, right? You want to have 4,000. That's your future value, right? So again, A equals P times 1 plus RT. You want a future value of 4,000. You want to know how much you need to invest today, which is P. Your interest rate, they say, is going to be 4%, 0.04, and you're going to invest it for, the time is 5 years. So 4,000 equals P. You can get one number here. 5 times 0.04 is easy arithmetic, is 0.20. So 1 plus 0.20 is 1.20. Okay, you can do it on your calculator. So 4,000 equals 1.2 times P. Divide both sides by 1.2, reduces, and get P equals 4,000 divided by 1.2. And again, be careful, you got that word round up. So we'll do that, and we got to make sure we round up. So 4,000 divided by 1.2, $333.33. But remember, rounding up, so even though to the nearest cent, even though the third decimal is still a 3, we're rounding up to the hundreds. There it is. We go up no matter what, even though it's a 3. So $3,333.34 because of rounding up. All right, let's put that into the MyMathLab to make sure we're correct. $3,333.34. Very good. We'll go ahead and stop this session here. If you have a question or need more help, send me an email at tsquares@hodges.edu or call me at 239-938-7805. Thank you.